flames shooting out of a popular hotspot in downtown Omaha. Sections of the block surrounding M's Pub shut down at this hour. We have multiple crews keeping an eye on this one as fire crews continue to work. We're going to start with that breaking news in downtown Omaha tonight. A very scary situation. Depending on who you ask, a different story. Some saw a fire. Some say it sounded like there was an explosion. What we know for sure at this hour, a whole lot of fire crews rushing to downtown Omaha around 3 o'clock today. And at this hour, they are still there hard at work. Now, M's Pub, a popular restaurant and bar, caught fire, and crews had to jump in and spring into action. WOWT 6 News' Chase Moffitt is one of the first people that was able to get downtown. And Chase, I know a lot is still happening, but what can you tell us at this time?
Hey Matt, right now we're live here at 11th and Howard, and at this point it's still a very active scene. In fact, we still see firefighters grabbing hoses, lines to get to the building. Let me get right out of the way so we can get a good look at what's going on here, where we're positioned. You see these firefighters, they are still putting water onto the building there. That is M's Pub, that very popular dining location here in downtown. We know at this point, I spoke with a resident inside the building at the time. She said that she lives above M's Pub. There's some apartments up there, and at the time she said right before this happened there was a large smell of natural gas. In fact, she said it was very almost noxious in her words, and it was tough to even really get a good catch of fresh air. And then shortly after that she heard the building and felt the building shake, and then what she described as an explosion. At that point we arrived on scene shortly after and saw flames ripping out of the basement area as well. Crew's been putting water on this building all through the afternoon. According to this neighbor I spoke with, she said that her neighbors up above who lived there, as far as she knew it, got out safely. I also spoke to an employee of M's Pub. However, at this point, that employee was not working today, but she did check in with her other employees who were, and they tell her that they were okay. Now, we do have other crews on the scene. We've been working the scene as well. We do know that one person who witnessed everything happen, she said she saw a customer or somebody nearby suffer facial injuries, or what she described as maybe lacerations or cuts to the face that was taken in an ambulance away from the scene. Now at this point we still haven't heard from fire crews or rescue response just yet, but you can see it's a very, very active scene. I'll have our photographer pull out just a little bit now at this point, but you can tell as they continue to put water on the building, the area just gets enveloped in dark smoke. It almost turns to almost a nighttime type feel as they're still putting water on the flames. We've seen them pick up a time or two inside the building, as well as, like I described earlier, shooting out from the basement as well. So we do have a witness that tells us there was one person that was taken with facial injuries from this what is described as an explosion, but we still have yet to hear from fire crews. Now you can see our photographer still showing you that active scene right now as they continue to put water on the building. We're going to be on this story throughout the day, so you can expect continuing updates. For now though, we're here again 11th and Howard, and definitely want to avoid the downtown area for sure. It's a very active fire scene as they continue to contain the fire and do their best to put out the flames inside what is a popular destination in the Old Market. Again, M's Pub, what a witness described to me as an explosion in the basement here, and now you can see the fight is on to contain those flames and save what they can of a very, very historic building. Matt, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Chase, appreciate all the details. I know there's a lot going in behind the scenes that our viewers aren't seeing. Now, if you're just joining us, I want to break down everything that we've got going on, what you need to know, because we do have other crews also collecting details. Now, the first call for the fire actually went out around 3 o'clock. 45 minutes later, that's when the second call went out. That's what we call a second alarm fire. Now, as you heard Chase, it's a good idea right now to just avoid downtown. Now, he was parked up outside of 11th and Howard, but this thing has been continually expanding, and you could see the fire trucks that were out there, a large fire presence down there. Keep in mind, the Omaha Fire Department isn't that far away from that area that they are. I do want to note one thing that we have heard from several people that are down there at this hour. There was a smell of gas in the air before all of this started to develop. In fact, one person that was talking to one of our other news crews said that they actually were about to call 911 because they were concerned about that gas smell. Shortly after, that's when the flames, the smoke, and just the whole situation started to just develop very rapidly. Once again, we do know that at least one person was taken to Nebraska Medicine. They had some kind of scratches or scarring on their face. We're not exactly sure how that happened. We do know some other people actually drove themselves to the hospital. Now, as you can see from the video, it is hard to even look downtown and see just a few feet in front of your face. It's a good idea, as we've been saying throughout the show, just avoid the area at all costs. We do have crews that are down there that can bring you the view that you want to see from the comfort of your own home. In fact, if you want to continue to watch this, WOWT.com, we're going to be streaming the coverage from where you saw Chase. We also have Lena Tillett, and we have a third crew that is en route there right now so we can get all the different angles. You can do that, but of course, we're going to have much more on that.